PwC's global VAT chart, Ghana's standard VAT stands at 15%, while Nigeria's is 7.5%. As of recent data, Ghana's GDP per capita stands at around $2,400 compared to Nigerians' approximately $806.
See, a stable government has an impact on the currency of a country, without doubt. Ghana has a stable government. You have to give that to them. They have a very stable democracy. They have been transferring of power from one government to another. The same with Nigeria, but
there's a huge debate between Ghanaians and Nigerians. A group of Nigerians influencers came to Ghana, have a lot of things to say about Ghana economic and that of Nigeria economic, and also talk about the prices of fuel between the both countries. And this has brought a lot of reaction between Ghanaians and Nigerians, and this is what they have to say. Let's take a look at the videos, and please do not forget to like the video, share and subscribe. I will be back to throw more light on it.
Imagine a group of Nigerian influencers come into your country and spark economic conversations that stretches across borders. That's exactly what's happening now. Nigerian influencers who are now in Ghana are drawing attention to cost differences. For example, one of them said, fuel in Ghana is 14.3 cedis per litre, which equals around 2,000 naira. How are people coping? On its face, it's simple, but the discussion has exposed deeper economic sensitives. Investigative journalist David Hundayan triggered a firestorm on X, suggesting that these comparisons are being used to mask other intentions, specifically preparing Nigerians for a potential VAT hike from 7.5% to 10%. He pointed out that Ghana's VAT rate already sits at 15% and emphasized the misleading nature of comparing prices without also comparing incomes. Indeed, official data supports a more nuanced picture. According to PwC's global VAT chart, Ghana's standard VAT stands at 15%, while Nigeria's is 7.5%. As of recent data, Ghana's GDP per capita stands at around $2,400 compared to Nigerians' approximately $806, illustrating that absolute prices don't tell the full story of affordability.
Ghana minimum wage is 19 cedis. That is 2,500 naira in naira. Fuel in Ghana is 14.3 Ghana cedis, equal to 2,000 naira. That is why our own influencers are now working hand to hand to defend the government. In the first place, how can you be comparing Ghana and Nigeria? Ghana rely on cocoa and gold. Crude is never their feed, even though they have little fuel in their country. But Nigeria, crude is what we are known for. So as a Nigerian, I shouldn't be getting fuel so expensive. Ghana is not a crude oil country. Ghana is known for cocoa and gold. And Nigeria is known for crude oil. Now imagine some of our dumb influencers, because they know say some of us dumb too. They will come and push a wrong, false narrative, and a lot of you will believe them. The comparison is like somebody having water, and you are still buying that water very expensive. And somebody that did not have water, that you are selling water to, now put a little price to the water because they don't have. They buy it from you that have. Now you are selling it to your family member at higher rates. Now the person buying it from you now had a little rate than your own. And now comparing the price together. That look at that guy who come buy for me. He say your own cost past my own. You don't forget say now you get am. See na water. The person where you sell for, he go use aircraft take move am or motor take move am. They go do some process. All those things are money. See they buy am from you. Can't expect make una sell at the same rate.
Nigeria was a $508 billion GDP in 2014, but from 2014 till now, everything went back to the extent that it's about 200 now. And most countries, if you're looking at it, it looks like they don't want Nigerians. They don't want to give Nigerian visa. It looks like we don't have anything to offer them. Can you speak to this?
So when you speak about Nigeria, speaking about Africa, we can always give an example of the UAE. Many years back, people, they were focusing more on oil and gas. Their economy is based only on oil and gas. Mm-hmm. And at a certain time, it's not like many years back, also 20 years back, people, they realized that it's your natural resources will end up like soon at a certain time. Yeah. So they have focused more on like economy of knowledge. So I think this is just to reply to your questions. If we are not linking, we can say empowering our youth. Yes. To prepare them being the future, the leaders of the future. Mm-hmm. At the end, numbers will stay numbers, because today you can complain that we were putting a strategy for the coming 10 years, 20 years, but why it was not implemented.
Somebody say top 20 richest men in Africa, no single Ghana man in the list. person you comment this thing now, sure say your papa know the other list as well. Because if papa did that list, you know go get time when they comment this rubbish for social media. Another thing they worry some Nigerians. Okay, now you say top 20 list. Ghana know the inside. But go let's assume say I agree with that. Top 20 countries for this Africa where they safe. Nigeria know the inside. Top 20 countries we get stable electricity. Nigeria know the inside. You understand? Top 20 countries we get stable, we get good road. Nigeria know the inside. You tell the richest man for Africa. Okay, let's assume now the richest man in Africa, maybe Dangote so, richest man in Africa. You know bomb Dangote papa way, eh? Make you go work out for street of Lagos. Make you look at security. You don't born and way, no fit. At the end, make you go do am. You no go fit. Richest man in Africa, but your country no safe for anywhere. Make you just try, make you no carry security, make you enter in car, make you just walk out for the street. Whether go survive am. You no go fit. They go grab am right now. Grab am means they go kidnap am right now. Ask her for ransom. If they talk with you, they important. That's richest man in the world. That richest man in the world, he touch your life. Their money touch your life. Dangote even they try, say Dangote get company, Dangote cement. Now many staff, Dangote company, they employ every year. Just assume say Dangote is the country, no company, no day. The can't get for Nigeria, na back to back. Top 20, good passport for Africa. Nigeria no dey top 20. Our passport no good. Even if one go come on India we dey there, India we say they no rich in anything. Go India, they go deny you visa. Seychelles, one go Seychelles, it's an African country, they go deny you visa. South Africa, they will deny you visa. Go check the list where country where Ghana passport fit go. Here they make mouth. Nigeria, and may God help us. May God help us.
I want to discuss several videos I've watched on TikTok where I watched videos of Ghanaians.
$1 to Ghana cedis is like this. 11 Ghana cedis is to $1. But this same amount is about 11,000 naira. You understand? The issue is that no matter how Ghana cedis go stronger, you can compare it with Nigerian naira because this amount can only buy food without meat. You understand? But if you send this money to Nigeria, you can use this money to feed yourself for 3 or 5 days. You understand? If I'm lying, please let me know in the comment section that if this 11 cities cannot feed you in Nigeria for 3 days, let me know in the comment section because that money has a value when it comes to Nigerian naira. But Ghana here,
Having listened to the Ghanaian, let's begin to dissect his economic ignorance, his lack of knowledge of economics, macroeconomic fundamentals, and currency valuation. You see, there are several factors. That determines the strength of an economy. One of them is political stability, GDP, interest rate, public debt, inflation, trade balance. These factors impact on the value of a currency of a country. Political stability. See, a stable government has an impact on the currency of a country without doubt. Ghana has a stable government. You have to give that to them. They have a very stable democracy. They have been transferred of power from one government to another. The same with Nigeria, but the difference is that the Ghanaian democratic process is more organized than that of Nigeria. So political stability is one factor that influences our currency valuation. Our GDP, which results in the total goods and services produced in a country within a specific period of time, which is usually 12 months. So when you look at the output in Nigeria and Ghana, it is not comparable. The Nigerian economy is almost 2.5 times the size of Ghana. So Nigeria produces about 2.5% output compared to Ghana. So Nigeria has a higher GDP. Interest rate. I think the interest rate of both countries are a bit high, quite similar. public debt. Nigeria has a high public debt. Ghana also has a high public debt. So both countries are kind of similar. But when you look at the debt to GDP ratio, Nigeria has really improved since the Tinubu government came into power. When I think it's currently at 63%. Inflation, I think Nigeria is about 22%, 23%, and Ghana is about 27%. So both country has an inflation of over 2 digits, which is over 20%. Trade balance. I think Nigerian has a trade surplus, whereas Ghana has a trade deficit. So what is the implication of a high currency? High currency, when you have a currency, a strong currency, that's what I mean by high currency, a stronger currency, a strong currency towards, let's compare to the US dollar. A stronger cedi would make imports into Ghana cheaper, because the importation into Ghana would be cheaper because it is a strong currency, but it will make Ghanaian exports more expensive. See, that is why a lot of factories are leaving Ghana, because they are not able to compete. Their goods are too expensive for them to export those goods to other neighboring countries. Let me give you an example. Unilever left Ghana and moved to Nigeria in 2024. Big Pen left Ghana and moved to Ivory Coast. Why are they moving away from Ghana? It's as a result of a stronger cedi, because their products are not competitive. They cannot export their products to neighboring countries in Africa, because it is too expensive for them to make sales. What another disadvantage of a strong currency is export. Export become very expensive. So Ghanaian products are very expensive globally. You see, because of a stronger cedis to the dollar. So it makes Ghanaian products to be expensive. So that's why Ghana does not export anything. The only thing Ghana exports is cocoa and maybe yam tubers. Those are the only things you will see in the West. Produce made in Ghana, and some of these products are not entirely Ghanaians. So Nigerian companies export their yam to Ghana and package it in Ghana and export it. We know about it as a result of ongoing relationship that Nigeria has with certain countries in the European Union. The advantages of let's talk about Nigeria now. The lower currency value of the Nigerian naira to that of the US dollar. The lower currency, the lower value of the naira as against the US dollar has helped to stimulate the Nigerian economy. You can see the first quarter of 2025, the Nigerian economy attracted $6.5 billion. That is the largest on the continent. Over close to 40% of the total for FDI that came into Africa came to Nigeria. Why was that? It's as a result of foreign investors taking advantage of the lower naira. They are investing in the Nigerian capital market, in government bonds, euro bonds. Nigerian bonds are oversubscribed because people are taking advantage of the weaker naira. So that is why you're seeing a rebound in the Nigerian economy. You've seen government debt to government revenue has reduced from 93% within 2 years to 63%. This is as a result of a weaker naira. It helped to stimulate export. Nigerians are now exporting more. See, over the last 2 years, it's not beginning to experience a trade surplus. Nigeria currently has trade surplus. So Nigeria is exporting more than she imports into the country. Less Nigerians are now importing goods because it is very, very expensive for them, because consumers are finding it difficult to purchase those goods. So Nigeria are looking inwardly and producing goods for themselves, buying local produce. This helped to expand the GDP. You just saw the latest rebased GDP of Nigeria to about $244 billion. This was a result of inward looking in terms of Nigeria now consuming more of what they produce. So when you look at the GDP of Nigeria, how does GDP impact on the currency of a country? See, GDP does not align with currency admission. Interest rates impact also on the on the value of a currency. For example, if either two investors want to come to Ghana or Nigeria, which country are they likely to invest? In terms of their return on investment. I do believe the current MPC rate in Nigeria, I'm not accurately sure. It's about 27%. I'm not that sure, but I don't know what is the interest rate in Ghana. So if as an investor, I want to invest either in Ghana or Nigeria, where will be my likely destination if I want to invest? The chances that an investor will invest his money in Nigeria, one, there is a high interest rate, and also in terms of purchasing government bonds, and also they will have a high returns on their investment. Inflation, both countries has high level inflation. Like I said before, inflation also impacts on the value of the currency in respect to the US dollar. So let's look at the disadvantage of a strong currency. Tourism, most tourists, for example, if they have the opportunity to go to Nigeria and Ghana, where do you think is the likeliest country they would love to visit? Look at what happened in 30 December. Nigeria had a lot of traffic. Why were a lot of people going to Nigeria in last December 2024? It's as a result of foreigners, Nigerians living in diasporas, are taking advantage of the low value of the naira. Their purchasing power parity has increased. So they were flocked into Nigeria because they were having high value for their money. So compared to Ghana, foreigners and tourists does not have high value, high purchasing power for their money. If I have $10, if I go to Ghana, I only have maybe 11,000 Ghana cedis. But if I was to go to Nigeria, I would have maybe 15,000 naira. Due to the low cost of living and inflation in Nigeria, I'm likely to have a better disposable income in Nigeria than Ghana. So you can see the impact of the weaker naira to the dollar. Also it makes exports difficult and expensive. So like I said before, an investor who wants to set up a factory in Nigeria or Ghana, where will they likely set it up? They will set it up in Nigeria, because exporting their product from Nigeria would make it very, very cheap. That is what Ghanaians will not benefit. And also, the cost of living in Ghana. Ghanaians should not be happy that their government or the currencies of their country has made their life to be very, very expensive, because Ghanaians have low disposable income as a result of a stronger cedi in regard to the US dollars. The Ghanaian economy is a very small economy, $75 billion economy, and the purchasing power priorities of the Ghanaian economy is very low. That is why it is difficult to make billions in the Ghanaian economy, because of low purchasing power, high levels of taxation, inflation, less disposable income. This is what Ghanaians need to understand. So someone like this guy who makes video trying to mock Nigerians with the naira is an economic illiterate. He should not be happy that living in Ghana is more expensive than living in Nigeria. Thank you. I hope this is a lesson, and I hope I've educated this economic illiterate that the value of a currency does not determine the strength of an economy. Thank you.
A lot has been said on this video. They have all spoken a lot, sharing their 2 cents of what they also think about the Ghanaian economic system and that of Nigeria economic system. When it comes to Ghana and Nigeria, there's a whole lot of difference, especially when it comes to the cedi. There's a lot of difference. For example, I'm a Nigerian living in Ghana. When I take my 1,000 Ghana cedi to Nigeria, I can do a lot with that. But when I bring Nigeria 100,000 to Ghana, I cannot do anything with that currency. I have lived in both countries. I have compared and contrasted this money. Ghanaian cedi have value in Nigeria more than what Nigeria naira have value in Ghana. We have seen a lot of Nigerians who are selling phone pouch in Circle and also in the streets of Accra, for example. Some of these guys, they will go to Nigeria, buy this phone pouch for as low as 10 cedi 5 cedi, and they will bring it to Ghana and sell this same thing for like 70 cedi, 50 cedi, 40 cedi, depend on how they meet you. Because you see those boys, they can sell the same thing for me and you different prices. For me, I know when I see these Nigeria boys, I know how to talk to them and how to get a good price from them. So that is why a lot of Nigerians, I also think that it also contributes why a lot of Nigerians love to come to Ghana a lot. When it comes to the both country, currency is totally different. And for the Nigeria influencer who were complaining that why the Ghanaian price of fuel, I mean gas, is more expensive than that of Nigeria gas. These two countries are different, and still Nigerians have a lot. We all know Nigeria is known for crude oil and all those things, anything oil. So you cannot compare these two countries to be the same. It's not the same. We are different. Ghana and Nigeria are not the same, and the both country money are not the same. But still, Ghanaian cedi have value than Nigerian naira. But at the same time, it's high time the Nigerian leaders wake up and work on the Nigerian naira, because our money right now is becoming, it's not worth it anymore. There's no more value on the Nigerian naira in any other country. If you take Nigerian naira to any country, it does not have value anymore. So I think Nigeria leaders, they should work on that aspect as well. But in all of this, I would love to also see your comments on the comment section of what you also think of the video. If you're in Nigeria living in Ghana, feel free to throw more light on it. And if you're a Ghanaian living in Nigeria, feel free to try it. And please, if you have not liked the video at this point, please do me well by liking the video, and don't forget to share so that more people can see this video. And please, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, my name is Natural African Girl. Please do not make it your last by subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.